All right, everybody. I know on last video I mentioned lots of big goals and plans of getting 4 clients every single week, and I cold call. I did cold calling for about 2 weeks, and I will share with you my results. I don't know if you will be excited, but I'm not as excited to share it with you because I was expecting to be able to do a lot better to get clients in, but it didn't really happen. But however, I did make progress. I'll share with you some insights. However, and I'll share with you essentially where I'm at and what the progress is. So again, I'm Ezra. Welcome to my channel on the Gospel Entrepreneur, and I do hope to share with you my journey of building an agency from scratch. And I'll be sharing with you some other things that I'm doing as well, and ways that I'm investing in building things up. Because I call myself Gospel Entrepreneur because it's two things I love, entrepreneurship, and also I consider myself a Christian as well. So it's something that, doing entrepreneurship with biblical principles, something that I love a lot. So I'll share with you what happened here. So I did cold call in 2 weeks, and I will tell you this. I probably, I guess maybe I'll say if I average it, I did it about like 2 hours a day. There's certain days maybe I was able to do like 3 hours. Some days I only got to do maybe 1 hour, and that definitely impacted me getting more results. Now, of course, the dynamics of how things go for me is that I still have several things running that I wish I didn't necessarily have, but when you have a business running or other things going on, it's like you sort of need to keep certain things moving forward. So I do still, even if I mention about my e-commerce, I do still have it running. It does bring some income in. I'm not really focusing or haven't been focusing as much on it. And I do also manage a second e-commerce as well, which is doing pretty well. But then I'm really trying to see how I can put more time and energy right here. So let me show you some statistics of what happened during my cold calling experience. I'll share with you some things I learned and some things that I should have avoided. Did I get many calls hanged up on me? Yes. Did I get a lot of people, you know, upset and so forth? Maybe not as many, but I think there is progress. Even if I'll share with you here, I didn't actually get not one client from it, but I think there is progress. The reason why is tomorrow. And again, I was hoping that I could have actually recorded this video and be like, hey, I got a client in from cold calling. I got 2 clients. I got 4 clients in. And I wish that was the case scenario because oftentimes, we love to share the wins. And I actually delayed making a video last week because I'm like, man, I need to get clients in before I make my next video. Realizing that I don't need to get clients in before I make the next video. All I need to do is to show that I'm still here, persistent, diligent, consistent, ready to be able to hit the ground running again. And I think oftentimes in entrepreneurship, I guess we love showing the wins, the successes, but not everyone relate to that. And I understand that. And I think a lot of you maybe who might be watching this might probably relate to where I'm at right now, or you may relate to it very soon if you decide to embark upon a journey in entrepreneurship or anything else. So I mean, I really do still look forward to reaching my goal. I mean, one of the goals I mentioned in my last video, and if you haven't seen it, again, go watch that last video. I actually set out an entire roadmap of how I'll be able to, my plan to get 4 clients every single week. And with that, that will actually bring me to like a 7-figure per year business, right? And I'm walking you through the journey. 2 weeks, no clients. However, I would mention this though. 2 weeks before that, so it's been 4 weeks of me doing this. 2 weeks before that, I focused on like a free offer, and to my apps, I do have like an app. I use what you call Go High Level, and I white label an all-in-one marketing app. And if you do want to also white label it and also see the power of that as well, I will put a link down below for both the Go High Level app, but also I'll put the link down if you do want to get mine, because getting mine is actually still cheaper than getting Go High Level app. But if you do want to get it, then go right ahead and you can literally do the same thing that I'm doing as well. So I'll put those links in my description. However, on the free, I ran like a free offer where I built like a free funnel. It was like just 2-page funnels for individuals. And 2 weeks before, I did get 5 people signed up for it, so I can build those out for them. However, those 5 people are actually paying me for my app every single month. So now I have $67 multiplied by 5, which I did have maybe 1 or 2 other ones already signed up prior to that. So I probably have like 6 or 7 people paying monthly now for my app. So that's a good side of it. Now for the cold calling, this new offer I have right now, I have 0 clients, but tomorrow I think I'm almost like I have really good feeling about tomorrow. 2 clients that I'll be having calls with. One of them said that they will be paying tomorrow. I think that one will pay. Whether they pay tomorrow or not, I'm not 100% sure. But they're waiting for some funds to come in, and so that client will bring me to like $1,000 and plus $200 monthly. So that would be for this one tomorrow, and there's another one that I may potentially close tomorrow, which would be like for 2,000 plus $200 monthly as well. And if those 2 close, my 2 weeks of effort so far of like 2 to 3 hours of cold calling and everything else would bring me to maybe like a $3,000 plus $400 monthly, right? And for 2 weeks, if everything goes well tomorrow, I think that would be a great start. At least $3,000 in 2 weeks, $400 monthly, and I think it's just going to be like a bigger snowball effect from there. So I'm still very positive. It's like, like I was telling my wife early in the week, it's like, my brain and the way I'm thinking is really ahead of the results that I'm getting right now. Because in my mind, I'm like, okay, yes, I'm already running this, this $1 million agency already. I'm already, I have the mindset to get the 4 clients in already and so forth. And I believe it's going to happen sooner than later, but it's not happening right now. So it's like my mind is going ahead of, the results that are being achieved. So let me just show you a back end because I at first I wasn't really checking my data and my stats for like let's say this particular this particular cold calling or what you call like your KPIs, and I believe it's very essential to monitor that in yourself and your team members. And I do have team members as well. I've had them for years because they work on my e-commerce and other things, so now I'm just integrating them into this agency. But it's good to always be able to check KPIs, for whatever you're doing to really see the effectiveness of what you're doing and where the bottlenecks are and how you can improve and do better. So let me show you the back end of my cold calling and how that's been going for me, right? And no one else has seen that information but you. So again, consider yourself special here. So in January, this wasn't the cold calling because I didn't really do any cold calling in January, but I did have in January one of my team members, late January, the final couple days, one of my team members started sending out messages, scraping leads. So they were able to scrape 50 leads, 10 leads, send 10, 20 messages, 50 messages. But they actually didn't get any appointments at all, doing DMs, no appointments. And that's kind of crazy. It's like, it's always amazes me how, I would like do DMing and so forth, and I can get appointments maybe, within a day or two. But then the minute I have someone else do it, sometimes it just never is the same. And I understand, like, it's really learning how to duplicate yourself a lot better. And it's but yeah, but then I'm very hopeful for the DMing because it's definitely a very effective way if it's really done well. And if you see at the top, of course, I do have my scripts because those are 2 offers that I have. So I do have my scripts up there. At first, I started off without scripts. Then I literally just write out my script and I don't really use it like verbatim. However, it does actually help sometimes because your brain do get tired talking over and over again. There are times when I'm saying my number for my callback voicemail. You can call me at 845-888-7008. But instead of me saying my number, I'm actually repeating their number to them. And that's how tired my brain gets sometimes, right? So again, having a script definitely helps with that. That's one thing I learned. Have us get a script. Even if you don't, use it every single time, at least whenever you're tired, you can have something just to keep you focused. So again, I didn't get to do all my statistics and my KPIs for those days, but February 5th, I made 31 calls. And really, I was hoping that I would have been able to make at least I would say maybe at least like 60, 70 calls. I'm not sure what number, I have to check back on it, what number I mentioned the last time that I wanted to make with calls. But my goal was so that way I can get 3 appointments a day. That was my goal. Get 3 appointments a day, and from 3 appointments, close one person every single day. So I made 30 calls, 10 people answered. Out of 10 people, I had 30% of people being interested and booking appointments. So that day was very good. I got 3 appointments. I met the goal, and I probably did that in like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And I had a bunch of other stuff to do that day, so I actually called it a day and went on. Now, probably should have been good to continue on, but again, like I mentioned, in like it's like I don't have like a full 8 hour day just to do this. And that's the only difficult part. I wish I could have had more time in doing this aspect, but I think I could be a lot further along. However, I still have several things doing, married, family, we have certain e-commerce obligations. I'm also in ministry, and I have like ministry efforts to do, things related to nonprofits, and it's a lot sometimes. So I'm really building this. It's almost like part-time, because and I have team members, which is a lot to manage. But this is really something I have to put in more time in to really get the results that we need to build this up. So this day I didn't do any calls. Then on the 7th, I was able to do another 31 calls. 10 people answered, and I didn't plan it. It just happened that way. And then look at this here. We have 1 appointment booked. So which is all right. And the other days I booked 1 appointment here. The next time I did, like, I got like 9 people answering. I booked 2 appointments. And I think this one, Thursday, was probably the very first day I actually did. Oh, I didn't really do calls then. I didn't do many calls then, but the 14th was the very first day I actually didn't get like an appointment from making a bunch of calls. So that was sort of, yeah, out of the ordinary, but I did get quite a few appointments. I would say like this is 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 appointments, and uh, probably had some extra that before I wasn't able to check for other days. So I probably had already over 10 appointments booked, 10 to 15 appointments booked in 2 weeks time. But my difficulty was getting people to show up on the call. So now I've had a very, very low show up rate, like 10%, 20%, really, really bad. And I'm working on that. I do have a system in place for that, but I've been waiting for one of my phone numbers to be approved so I can have automatic SMS messages going out, so that way individuals could be able to be reminded for those meetings. So getting that, I've just been waiting on it. I've started several different things, but I just really wanted to update that one part. I don't want to make this video too long. Again, it's a dry one. We're not editing this at all. I'm just really sharing with you the journey, and I hope that this will really help a lot of you out there that are going through this as well. But I got 0 clients from those cold calling in 2 weeks time. However, I did get over 10 appointments, which is great. Over 10 appointments. Some days, my highest day was 3. I got quite maybe a couple of few 2 appointment days. And interestingly, some people called me back, and I actually set up multiple appointments from people calling back from me leaving a voicemail. So, and I do have potentially, I'm very positive about it, but potentially 2 clients that could be closed tomorrow. So is that progress? I think it is. I think it is. And I look forward to the next week. I mean, I have a lot more planned going on, and I'm about to launch out a bunch of other offers. I'll be sharing with you more of that soon, and maybe I'll also share with you some other things that I'm doing besides from that as well. Different areas that I've invested in before, I'm investing in, and it's just an entire entrepreneurship journey, just so you can see what it's like. And I do hope that you continue this journey with me. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you haven't as yet, and leave a comment below. I mean, if anything is inspiring to you, you have a question, you have a comment, like, I'd love to be able to read those. I'll be answering all of those questions as well and responding to all of your comments. But remember, hit the subscribe button, share this video as much as you can. I mean, this will really help me. I want to also have this channel grow up to 100,000, 50,000, 100,000 plus. And I think it's all possible. So again, with your help, I appreciate it so much. And let's continue to push forth, put in the hustle, and see you on the next video. Hopefully, I have better results to share with you then. But it's part of the process, it's part of the journey. So see you on the next video.